Test, 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 test. Hello, Anthony. Welcome. Thank you for joining us today. All right. It's 2:00. Let's have the music off and get started. All right. So excited to be here on Fireside. Hello, Anthony. Hello, Milana. Welcome. Thank you for being here. And for anybody catching the replay or listening on the podcast or on some other platform, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Today, I had a guest who was going to talk with me about creating freedom, but something must have come up for that person because they are not here. So, we're going to just go with the flow and talk about creating a life you love. And if anybody in the studio here on Fireside would love to take the mic with me, please request to speak. I'd love to have you. I think it's a really important topic that we discuss in these times where a lot of people are very aware of what they want, what is wanted. And if they really think into any of the things that we want, it essentially boils down to the feeling of being free, right? The feeling of being happy, the feeling of being in control of one's life and one's life experiences. And so today I'd love to just talk with you a little bit about how do we do that? How do we go from desiring something that we feel is without, that we feel is not quite there yet, that we feel we are striving for? And how do we bring that into the now, into the realized experience of being that which we desire, living a life that feels like freedom, that feels like love, that feels like joy without the wanting of that which we believe we don't have? My my standpoint is that you have everything that you desire, you just may not be aware of it. And this is contrary to the message of most people these days who are in the media, who are in positions of influence, who are in positions of control, or that are seen as in positions of control. And it's really just a mindset shift. And it sounds so simple and it sounds so Pollyanna and it sounds so crazy to many people because we get very attached to that which we know, that which we've been taught, right? That which we've been practicing over our lifetime. And this knowledge, this external knowledge, these skills, these um, abilities that we learn in our physical lifetime and that we are able to get better at and we're able to improve and we can study and we can practice and we become very knowledgeable and we become experts. And as perfect as that is, it's also a little bit dangerous when we see ourselves as what we do opposed to who we are, right? Our beingness is complex and multifaceted, and we are the sum of all. So we have a physical nature, which we can touch and we can see, and we can, you know, we can use our five senses to say, this is me. But we also have a spiritual nature. And that is, when you think about a thought, we know that a thought is is coming out of the brain, which is the physical, but you cannot touch a thought, right? It's ethereal. It doesn't, a thought can be translated into a thing. We can create a thing from a thought, but we cannot necessarily identify a thought, right? We can't touch it, we can't taste it, we know it. So there's these two senses of knowing: the external knowing, where we can prove or demonstrate evidence of that which we know, and then there's, from the spiritual side, the knowing, which is internal, which is higher consciousness, which is God for those who believe in this higher power. Whatever your definition of spirituality is, or the great unknown, or the creator, or something that is larger than life, this is the essence of who we are at our most pure form. And the evidence of that is that we are. And so, if you are brave and would enjoy speaking today, I would love to hear from you. No need for video, but just let me know you're open to speaking, you're interested in speaking, and we'll dive into a conversation around this, because I think it's very important for people who are interested to inquire as well, right? We can only get so much clarity for ourselves by ourselves. And oftentimes people will go externally to help them understand what's going on internally. But we ask those who don't necessarily see us as divine and as complete and as able to access all of the knowing and all of the resources from within. And that's where I come in. My belief is that while there are gaps between your awareness and of the how, you are, in essence, in control of everything. You are, in essence, able to create anything. And so I'm very eager to have a two-way dialogue with you on this topic. Something to think about is the term freedom. What does freedom mean to you? Think that through and feel that through. Sometimes we get stuck in our heads and we try and make sense of things by explaining what we've been taught. So, what we know from that external space, that's practiced understanding that's been delivered to us, but not necessarily what's coming through us. That's where I'm really interested in having you go. So, feel into that. What does freedom mean to you? Release the ideas that are coming in through the mind, release the ideas that are coming in with voices attached or names attached or images attached who have demonstrated this is what freedom is. And see if you can tap into the non physical experience of it, that giddiness, that feeling of attraction, that feeling of desire, but not desire of something that you don't have, rather something that you do have. Think about when you're really in love or you're really in lust, and the object of your affection in the perfection of who they are. rather than what they do. What does that feel like? Where anything is possible. Where when you imagine your greatest fantasies and greatest dreams about what life can be for you, what is that vision, that picture realized when you imagine it? What does that feel like? This is where freedom lies, in the understanding of how your body responds. And you may feel the corners of your lips gently rise with your cheeks filling up. And if you're wandering around, somebody might say, "What are you smiling about? What are you so happy about?" And this helps us get out of that space, right? Oftentimes, nothing. Gosh, right? So, what if nobody was there to offend? What if nobody was there to pull you out of that dream state, that enjoyment state, that state of just finding pure pleasure in the thoughts and the fantasies and the dreams about being realized in that which you want? Welcome, Tracy and Mark. Thanks for joining us today on Fireside. If anybody wants to join the conversation, please don't hesitate to click the button and request to speak. Anybody catching this on the replay, we are on Fireside Live. And at this time, unfortunately, you must have an iPhone or some other iOS device in order to get on stage and join the conversation live. But happy to have you with us. If you are streaming or catching the replay anywhere other than on Fireside, thank you for being with us. Also, you can always talk back to me, even if you're not here live. Feel free to contact me through social media. I'm on Instagram at, I have 2 Instagram accounts. Hey, Holmes is joining us. That's fantastic. We'll get him on in just a moment. Yeah, so on social media you can find me at Nick on the Go. That's NICONTHEGO. That's more of my personal side, where I'm out there kind of traveling all over the country and playing, and that's a way to get in touch with me there. And then my other Instagram handle is Hello Growth Seeker, and that's more business focused and oriented. But either are excellent channels to actually connect with me, have a conversation, let me know what you're thinking, what your opinions are, what your questions are. Also on Facebook, I'm at facebook.com/growth seekers welcome altogether. So you can contact me on Facebook, Instagram. I've got a Twitter account, but I'm not using it really right now. I don't check it every day. So those are the 2 best places to reach me at this time, Instagram and Facebook. So, Holmes, can you hear me? Let's see if I can hear you. Don't know if I have to invite you to speak, or see, you're up here. Looks like your mic is not muted. I've invited, or you're on here. So say hello if you can hear me. Well, I cannot hear you. I wonder if anybody else can hear you. I wonder if anybody can hear me, in fact. Didn't even do that check today. Can you guys give me a reaction? All right, Anthony, thank you. You're letting me know you can hear me, yes? Perfect. All right, Tracy, I see is sending a text. I'm not going to look at that right now, but I'm assuming that you can hear me. Actually, yes, I will look at it. Hang on. Just all this tech stuff. All right. Okay. Thank you, Tracy. So looks like, Holmes, you just muted your mic, so it seems that the mic may not be set up properly. So we're just going to continue on, and if you're able to figure that out, then start chatting, and you might want to go into the green room and do some tech check as well. And other than that, anybody who wants to join, again, just hit that button. If anybody has a question, anybody wants to, Tracy, you know how to text me, so you can text if you have a question. If you don't, that's fine. But I'm going to go look at my Facebook and Instagram also. That way, you guys can send me questions there, I suppose. Still not 100% comfortable with the Fireside software. Still having a little bit of difficulty with that myself. So all right. Well, I don't see any questions. I don't see anyone asking to speak. I don't know that I have anything more to say about this. It's a topic I love discussing, and I'd love to know. I'd love to hear from you if you catch the replay and want to shoot me a message at any time. I'd love to know, what does it mean to you to live a freedom focused life? Once you understand what freedom means to you, then ask yourself, what does this mean for my life in terms of, if I want to embrace a freedom focused lifestyle, if I want to prioritize feeling good, feeling excitement, feeling joy, and create that more and more and more and more in my everyday experience, what would that look like? How am I already doing it? Hmm. Fantastic. Well, thank you everybody for being here. Wish you all the best. Stay tuned to, or not stay tuned, but follow me on Fireside. As I said, I've had some technical troubles so far with this, with the platform, unfortunately, but I'm not giving up. I find it to be fascinating, and I'm really, really excited about the potential possibilities and opportunities for this app. So I'm not going anywhere, but I will be posting, or I will be scheduling times for coming on live. And what I really would love to have more of in this experience on Fireside, because it is an interactive platform, this is really where I'd love to have you come join the conversation and interact. Um, I think for me, doing scheduled times where I have to, because I do travel all the time, I live nomadically. It actually takes a lot of effort for me to come onto Fireside. It takes a lot of preparation at in with my lifestyle in this way, and so it's not something that right now at this time in this season of my life is easy. So I think for me to be most effective and spend my life in the most freedom focused way is I'll be creating more content solo for the podcast. And so if you follow the Nicole Holland Show, we're on iTunes and Spotify. I'm going to start sharing more content there and different ways to interact. Also, I am writing. I've been writing, but I'm starting to share that writing. I'm building a Substack. So if you are on Substack, Growth Seekers Welcome is my Substack. It's just brand new. I haven't even announced it yet until just now. um, but I'm going to start really. December for me is a month to reflect and to recuperate and to gently move forward into the next year. And so this month is going to be pretty quiet for me as I go inside and create. And a lot of really fun stuff's happening in January. So, yeah, so I'll be sharing a bunch of stuff on the podcast. I will be writing a bunch of stuff on Substack, and I will love using Fireside for interactive communications where you can come ask questions, get broader perspective feedback from me. And also, maybe sometimes a friend is going to say, hey, let's do a call and let's share some things. And so I'll announce another episode of Everyday People where we'll have somebody as a guest to talk about how they live a freedom focused lifestyle. So until next time, thank you guys so much for being here with me. I love you. I appreciate you. I wish you every joy and happiness. And until next time, mwah.